everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are back with another topic called central venous pressure. So we're going to talk about it briefly, and also we're going to reflect the curve with what we can see on the EKG. So let's dive into it. I'm first going to draw an EKG tracing. Is going to be a little bit wider so we can see what's going on, and underneath it I'm going to draw our CVP curve. So remember, I'm going to make this bigger just so we can see what is going on. So this is going to be our P Q R S T, and underneath it we're gonna make our curve. All right, so here is gonna be A, C, our X descent, our V, and our Y descent. So basically, A is gonna be our atrial contraction. So during the P wave, we know that the atrial is contracting, the impulse is generated through the SA node, it travels down with the AV node bundle to get to the ventricle. So A is basically the reflect of P, what happens after P, after the electrical passage, the atrial is going to contract. So right down after the atrial contraction, we have the C. And if you look at it closely, it's a little indentation right here. So that's the C, and the C here is your early ventricle contraction. Early ventricle contraction. So why the little indentation? Because when the ventricle starts to contract, it helps the tricuspid valve to bulge. Now remember, when the ventricle contracts, we want the tricuspid valve to be closed so we don't get any regurgitation of the blood back into the right atria. So if this is a little picture of the right heart, and this is gonna be our tricuspid valve, right ventricle, right atrium. So when this ventricle starts to contract, it's pulling this down so we don't get a regurgitation, because if this is open up, then we get the regurgitation. So this pull down is that little indentation. Now the X here is the second or the late ventricle contraction phase. And why do we have this descent even steeper? Because underneath the tricuspid valve, we have some papillary muscle here. So these papillary muscle are gonna like pull down the valve so we get it shut. The valve is gonna get closed by the tension exerted by the papillary muscle through the pressure inside the right ventricle, closing more this tricuspid valve so we don't get the blood regurgitating in the right atrium. And this is the late ventricular contraction, and that's why our curve is going down. Now here the curve is going back to the V, is going up to the V, and this is gonna be our venous return into the atria. So if we take the case of this, it's gonna be the superior vena cava, the inferior vena cava, which is gonna bring the blood back into the right atria, and this is the V. And the Y, the descent, the Y is gonna be our AV valve opening, which is gonna be our diastole. So after the ventricle is contracting, ejecting the blood, we're going back to the diastole. The AV valve is open and filling up the right ventricle. And if we want to correlate all these, normally the A corresponds to the P, from the C through the V, and it's gonna be like this to like this. It's gonna be our ventricular contraction here. And after the T is gonna be here our relaxation during our diastole. So this is how the CVP curve looks like, and this is why we have all these different part of the curve. I hope this video was helpful. If you like it, please subscribe and press the notification bell to get my video on time. Thank you very much, and see you next